The enlightenment chasers. Royalties of peace, we are stealing the storms back to peace that has no storm, while holding on to perfect peace. Perfect peace may look like unseen, but by faith, we hope for what we believe in because it is our reality. Awakening to our weaknesses, we chase for strength, and the strength must reach perfection for assurance and reliability sake. This is March 13th of 2025. Episode 26 of the Golden Age. The Golden Age is here. So far, halfway the 100 days of His Excellency President Donald Trump inauguration and commencement of his office with executive orders taking action. And the people overwhelming and so uncomforted. The arising of a triangle of pressure. Increase in tariffs, which becomes increase in costs of living on the Americans. Deportation of illegal immigrants also. Reduction of people. And at the same time, dismantling the government, the federal government, scarcity of work. We are at a place of an initial step, cleansing, and so much pressure and worries of what may be next. Assured overdoing can cause us harm. And if we do not do it, it will be our embarrassment. Seeing our weight fall on the innocent souls we have made the young while we age out. We have to be very, very wise. We have to understand, even if the Congress wins or His Excellency wins, the ball is still in the court of the people. We are the maker of our government. We are the choice makers. It is not about the Congress. It is not about His Excellency. They are only bringing to us what we are of. We, the people, need to be able to communicate with each other, understanding what is on the table coming from us. The two-sided of one. El plebis. Eno. Out of many, one. We have not reached that expectation. We are supposed to be one. Here in our head, banging that hard, is us, the people, to really sit together and work out our one for the sake of our government. The more we divide, the more we fall apart. The more we multiply, we fail the expected of this journey, the expected of our forefathers, the founding fathers of this enlightenment that we all chase from all over the world, the American dream. What is the American dream? Is there still an American dream? Some feeling like it is dying, but rather just reaching the top of its expected, the enlightenment of the mind. Not only about our physical satisfaction, but mentally satisfied, mentally healed. It is not just about being comforted, but rather using the comfort to accomplish the enlightenment of the mind, which is showing today we have failed that for 250 years, about to elapse on us. How do we at least start an awareness, seeking wellness? According to the news, on April 2nd, His Excellency President Trump is going to make a speech to explain how the trade will be approached, understanding that trade has been a jeopardy. 200 tariffs, 200% tariffs on European wine is not to kill the wine market, but rather a response to their question if wine is good. We, the United States of America, are the judge of the world. Whatever comes in and we consume it, how much we consume testifies is good. But when we consume the war than the peace of mind, it only shows that we are depleting. Increasing tariffs on wine is a message to the producer of wine to enable a better production. For there are many ways the source of wine can enable production, products satisfying than wine. Alcohol depletes the mind, and we are the mind of the world, the multicultural world, the multicultural world of our world. We are the miniature of a multicultural world, and therefore the multicultural world of our world, or say the multicultural nation of all nations. Every nation like a world on its own, but looking up to us, the new world. What is new is not new, but only having something to say is given the ability to. While on the stage with light on you, demonstrate your best and be not a failure. Even when you make a mistake, stand up and continue your best. Looking at the news can be very, very dramatic and overwhelming on us, the people. It states that 56% of the people disapprove on His Excellency's handling of the economy. To me, it's not that bad. To what I may think of what I am observing, I would have thought maybe 85%. And knowing that it is an introduction period of this administration, I was expecting higher numbers. But looking at the way it is, it shows that there can be some work done. It means we haven't given up, even if it was 60%. But what do we do to solve this? It's not about the president alone. The president is only representing a people of us. The rich people? I don't really think so. But rather the children. It's not about now alone, but about the future. Whatever we're doing right now should be able to satisfy the future. We are not trying to leave the young naked after enjoying all what the forefathers have given to us. It will be a shame on us. Economy is more than just making wealth, but using the wealth for its perfection. Peace. The Department of Education was not supposed to be there forever. It's only a wake-up call right now. Dismantling the Department of Education can be very disturbing. And I pray we have an opportunity to support the good workers that have been fired. And I will not think it would be a good idea to resign, because the reason of firing is enough than resigning. But for those who resign, it's understandable. This time is very, very critical and very disturbing of the mind. But for those who can humble themselves until the firing is completed, at least it is a healthier way to awaken us, to re-establish education of expected for the young. Education helps us to achieve knowledge that drives our economy and also our health, the Department of Health. The growing trade war with our allies might not have been expected, and how sad it is. But we have reached the place where United States of America must stand If it takes a closure to work on self before stepping out again, then the closure is not forever. It's only for a time. There have been an outburst for the fight of against oligarchy. Oligarchy is what the Cameroonians know for a long time. It could be disturbing for some not to be able to be in power and the same experience that sent out some to the United States of America from the United Kingdom, running away from some people ruling over all instead of all for one. If we do not want oligarchy, how can we achieve that? And now we begin to understand the reason of our first forefathers who had the struggle with this. Was it really the reason why the United States of America break bond with the United Kingdom? I do not think so. Might have just been a trigger or misunderstanding of not understanding our purpose of the Enlightenment, which by now we should be already of expected. We are at the stage where we should not be scared of oligarchy or dictatorship. Yes, it is not supposed to be our end goal, but we can resolve that understanding where it is coming from. Our multiplying, the more we increase, the more we push some up the ladder to stand on everyone. Because it is hard to control a greater population than just few working together. Laissez-faire is very, very healthy only for few people in a room. But when you're many and needing to pass information to many, you finally need a one to stand out. We are not against each other, but rather realizing the struggle of making children when we are on a mission to reach enlightenment perfect of integrity and no despair, of none left behind. We have to educate our young well, and the demonstration we are presenting before them right now is too harsh. How much we should have been educating each other in a classroom wouldn't have come to this point. We have been missing the real information, and which is why we are coming to this complicated state. While we honor our seniors working for us, we, the middle adults, should be able to resolve these things of expected for the sake of the young ones following us. The Congress and the parents must come to reasoning. Parents working with parents will strengthen the Congress to support the head, His Excellency. We cannot stop the head from playing his part, which is only because of our outcome. We can only resolve our outcome so that the head return to peace of mind. It's sad how we have been working, enjoying the wealth, not knowing the actions that produces the wealth, some being more bruised than others. Now, being fired does not mean that those that are being kept are having a good time. They are also in panic. Everyone is good. When someone doesn't have a job and you have yours, it is a sign of mental health problem arising. Now, what is this to us? Even being a citizen in the United States of America, if you have to travel and some outbreak happens, your citizenship is taken over by the outbreak. You not being able to return to your own country. All of this should be explaining a lot to us. All what I hear of the disputes going on is this is not home. We are on a journey. Whether you call it a war or a journey or a race, we should be trying to reach a destination, not trying to go back to initial steps. At 9, it's not going back to 1. We can't be making 1 when we're reaching at 9. That will mean a 4. We cannot be making babies when we are trying to age out. We must be able to spell the true purpose of our forefathers of establishing the United States of America in America. The natives started this like divided groups before the United States of America came in, like its unifying group, and must be established or expected, and not us being arguing against each other. All of America is supposed to be one right now, and not even struggling with Canada is not for sale or Mexico is not for sale. And when they say that, then something is missing. What are we, the people of the United States of America, doing that Canada is feeling uncomfortable to join? It's not really about the sale, but rather what is it that we are doing? It should have been appealing for all to become one. Panama becoming of America, Canal of America, is just fulfilling the purpose of America, the Enlightenment, rectifying trading of the outside world to the new world. Should be very responsive, not only to satisfying self, but the right message, the right signals to the outside nations, far from America. America is seen like the white line, like the bleach of all contamination. If contamination comes closer, we won't want the contamination. We'll pick it out, and the others will know and take note and rectify it. I'm saying this to the basic of the understanding of the young ones because I'm so disturbed of how they could be feeling right now. It feels like Third World War is about to start or something. And we're trying to cover the children from seeing what is going on. It's really wrong. We have to be trying to explain things to them so they get not confused. I really hope that this little reflection today helps us to walk on our traveling this road, being the United States of America, the multicultural miniature of the world. We are only renewing and not destroying complicatedly. Dismantling is to repair and not to reject. All should be able to get back to work. And the United States of America not being abused, or it will fall. The outside nations are supposed to be supporting us to stand for the sake of the purpose. Like a heart flush is what we are going through right now. When the body gives the heart complicated responses, the heart needs flushing. And if the heart is flushing, the body is supposed to support the heart. We are not against each other. The United States of America is not an alien world outside of the world. We are a body. And we must know what we are playing, our parts we are playing, being part of the body. All nations are supposed to be supporting the United States of America. I really hope we really reflect and understand what tariffs are in support of our government. Should they have to control your peace with money if the law cannot work? If we cannot follow the law, what if they take the money away? Will you follow the law? You will not even want your money to be touched because that is your oxygen. If they stop you from breathing, if you stop following the law, then you are trying to stop yourself from breathing. It's what is going on right now with the tariffs in place. And expensive food. The law is to cease from having children, to cease intercourse. How much more can the outside world tell us? How much more can our forefathers remind us of its true purpose before the misunderstandings in between of dictatorship and all that, just only secondary to the primary problem? Let us face the primary problem so that the secondary can gracefully give way. Thank you. Peace steals the storm back to peace that has no storm, holding on to perfect peace.